Hey you guys, my name is Megan Lewis and welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to the first Powder Room episode of 2019. If you are a new viewer, welcome. The Powder Room is a web series that I've designed to inspire, uplift, and motivate women through healthy conversations. Overall, a classic experience. Now, if you are a returning viewer, hey, what's up? I know it's been a while. Last year, I did not make a lot of posts just due to the fact that I was busy in grad school, but I am done with grad school and we'll get more into that later. And all in all, I have more time to focus on my passion projects, with the Powder Room being first on the list. So I'm very excited to be back in front of the camera and to talk with you guys and just let you know what's going on in my life right now and what I'm looking to do with the Powder Room for this season. So get excited and stay tuned for the Powder Room. Alright, so a little bit of a disclaimer. This first episode is really going to be about what has been going on in my life. Kind of like a year in review of 2018. The things that I've learned, how work is going, how is Minneapolis going, how's my love life going, what am I trying to do next and I'm done with grad school, and just kind of, you know, let's do a deep dive in Megan's life. So, first things first, a lot of you guys know that I am from Charlotte, North Carolina, Queen City, all that, whatever. And I moved to Minneapolis, Minnesota about a year and a half ago. Time flies, oh my gosh. And moved here for an exciting career opportunity, and I'm very, very excited that I made the leap and I took a leap on faith. It's been a very exciting ride. I've never been to Minneapolis before, so it was definitely me tapping into my courage to move out to a place, an uncharted area that I've never been to before. Didn't really know as many people out here, so it was all things new, but it was all things love, because since I've been here, I've met some really amazing people. I've grown so much professionally and just, internally. Megan has grown a lot, and I've really been able to embrace my solitude. So I would give, my past year being here a year and a half rather, a thumbs up. And it really just taught me to lean on God in all aspects of your life, because a lot of times before I even moved up here, I was looking to relocate. As much as I love Charlotte, it's time to go. But I was looking to relocate, and I really didn't know how I was gonna go about getting somewhere. Right? I know I wanted to relocate and start a new job and kind of change my career path just a little bit. And long story short, the moment that I took a chance on myself, God presented an opportunity that I could not turn away from. So now we're here, and I'm very excited. In regards to Minneapolis, the city overall, it's a beautiful city. I tell all my friends that all the time. It's a beautiful city. There's a lot going on here. It's super duper progressive. In my humble opinion, I think that it does lack culture some. I'm an African American woman, and I love everybody. I can speak multiple languages, and that's in a figurative sense. But I do think that it does lack culture here and diversity. So that is a little hard to digest. But aside from that, it's a great town. And another note, the weather here. So if you follow me on social media, you probably are already hip to this information, but the winters are like super cold. Like today it's like 0 degrees. It may be -1, but yeah, so that's the only thing that I kind of have reservations about in Minneapolis. So let's just easily segue into my dating life. A lot of people always ask me like, oh, Megan, are you dating somebody? What's going on with that? Have you met anybody up there? No, and no. And I want to say it's due to, one, by choice, and then two, I don't even think there's a dating market out here for me, and I say that in my humble opinion. As you most know, I've been in grad school for the past year and a half, so a lot of my focus, if it wasn't like work, professional work, then it was me writing a paper or doing some type of work on Blackboard. So I really wasn't even focused on finding love. We don't find anything, but even looking for love, if you will, right? But yeah, so I mean, that's that. I had a brain fart. Oh yeah, also, upon me moving to Minnesota, it was never, in my mind, I never had like the mindset of like, oh, I'm going here to meet, to find love, or I had no motives in regards to really, creating like new friendships on an intimate level, if you will. My only focus coming here was really to propel my career and just to really network with people that could help me become the best version of myself. So in that regard, I've met phenomenal friends, and career wise, I've progressed so much. So I mean, I've came here and I've conquered, and I'm ready to go. So a few things that I've learned since I've been here about myself, really, or my biggest takeaways is that I'm not for everybody, and I'm not trying to be. And I say that because my personality is really outgoing, really bubbly, really in your face, really matter of fact, and which is really odd because when I moved up here, it was totally opposite. Like, I'm still a burst of energy and all that jazz, but I realized that, when it comes to like my time and, things I want to consume my energy into, I'm just not with it. Like, I just am not the same as I used to be in regards to having to, I don't want to say this in the wrong way, but not having to feel like I have to know everybody or like, or be present all the time, if that makes sense. And I just really realized that, I'm not for everybody. I'm not trying to be in like, all the mixes, and I don't need to be. And, I'm really just concerned on ensuring that I preserve myself and my sanity and embrace my solitude, which leads me to my next thing that I've learned, or that I've embraced since being up here, is really, really embracing my solitude. I don't want to say that I turned more into an introvert, because I don't know if that's true, or maybe it is. But I know that, since I've been up here, and it may be due to the fact that I already have had a strong support system back at home and just, throughout my life. But I've just really not felt the need to, like, get out and meet, like, buku people. Like, don't get me wrong, I know a good source of people and women here that are amazing, and that I thank God that I've, crossed paths with. But aside from that, I'm really just chill. I'm chill like that. I'm chill. I'm in my own little place, own little space, all that jazz, and I don't really feel the need to be out and about. And maybe that just may be a shift in my life, a shift in my perspective on things, but embracing my solitude has been so important and so instrumental to my growth as a woman. So that's it. Overall, I would just say that, my past year was so beautiful in regards to just really pouring into myself and really just reaping. Just really, it's been like a growing season, if you will. Just really learning new things about myself, learning like my sweet spots, and learning like my sweet spots, and like my trigger points and things that work for me and things that do not work for me, and really just analyzing Megan from the inside out. So I would say that, this past year of 2018 was really like me understanding who May is and what I don't like and what I do like. And which I think is very important, because I am a single woman, and I think a lot of time I'm approaching 30 in about a month and some change, and sometimes people or society may make us feel as though if you are single, if you're single, I guess if you're like in your upper 20s or in your 30s or whatever it may be, like something may be wrong, or so almost to the point where being single may be frowned upon, like, like you got the cooties or something. And I'll be the first to say that I embrace my solitude. I embrace being by myself. Yes, I do want companionship, right? But I just think overall, there's so much more to life than feeling like you got to be, be somebody's girl. And I know that when the time is right, when God says, Megan, it's time, I will be that and more. But I'm just really concerned. I'm ensuring that I am the person I need to be to cultivate those relationships. So when they come, she's ready, right? So it's really about your perspective. And I think that's another thing that I really tapped into upon, make sure I'm still recording, tapped into upon being here, is really, widening my perspective and not having a singular outlook on life. So yeah, just to touch back on the whole relationship matter, I think it's so important, and I'm kind of going off on a tangent now anyway, but I think it's really important that regardless if it's a friendship, intimate type of, relationship, whatever it may be, like, you do not want to become or enter them for the wrong reasons. You don't want to feel like, oh, I gotta be with I gotta meet these people or be friends with these people because of this, or I gotta be with a man because of this, or whatever the hell it may be, because then you'll find yourself being dependent on the existence of someone else. And furthermore, it's not even genuine. You don't want anything in your life that's not genuine, nothing that's not gonna be real, nothing that's not authentic. And yeah, so that's that. If anything, I pray that God prepares me, prepares my heart, prepares my patience, prepares my soul, everything about me, so that when the time is right for me to instill or install new relationships in my life, she is ready. So grad school is done, y'all. I'm so effing excited. Am I still recording? I'm kind of paranoid. I'm so super duper excited. I graduated from Northeastern University with a Master in Science of Corporate and Organizational Communications. My concentration is in PR and media relations, so it was a lot of fun, I will say. And contrary to most, I actually enjoyed grad school, and maybe it's because I took time off after my undergraduate degree. I'll be the first to say that after I graduated from East Carolina University, child, I was like, I'm over it. I'm not going back to school for what, none of that. But as time progressed, and this is kind of like a mantra in my life, as you continue to grow, what makes you happy, what you deem as success, everything will shift as it should, because you should be shifting as you grow. And I just knew that as time, continued to go on, my focus is on what I wanted to do changed, and not drastically, but they kind of enhanced in a sense. So in a way, I had to make sure that I sharpened, my sword, and went back to school and became equipped with the knowledge I needed to ensure that I can continue to climb the corporate ladder or the entrepreneur ladder. That's another focus that I'm tap dancing into. So yeah, so grad school was fun. I loved it. I enjoyed it. I learned so much, and I'm glad I did it. And I encourage anyone, whether it may be grad school or whatever type of school you want to do, always pour into yourself with information and education needed, because it's one thing that nobody can take away from you. So yeah, always be invested in forever being a student. I'm still thinking about what's next. Do I want to go back to school again? I don't know if that's the case yet, honey, but I just know I'm very grateful for grad school. So now a lot of people have been saying, now that you're done with grad school, what's next? So do I want to do something else? Do I want to go somewhere else? I currently do work in corporate communications, so ideally I am in like this, in the right path, if you will. However, my graduate degree did really enhance my knowledge and level of expertise on different realms within the communication industry, if you will. So I am, exploring and praying about what's next for me. Still recording. What's next for me in regards to relocation, everything. I don't want to speak too soon, but I am, definitely thinking about what could be next for Megan in regards to my career and what I want to do next. Also thinking about, from an entrepreneurial standpoint, how can I use the skills that I have now to create my own. I'm all about, creating your own lane and having your own. So I'm thinking about that too. So I say that all to say, it's still brewing up. We're still, making things happen over here. But when, there is a new announcement that needs to be shared, I will definitely let you guys know. Last thing I want to touch on is the series for the pattern rooms this go around. So typically what I like to do is segment off my web series based off of some type of topic that would resonate in each episode. So as of recent, I felt like I was going through growing pains in my life. And when I say growing pains, I take that, or what I mean by that rather, is saying that, there's an area in my life I'm going through that I don't fully feel like I have a grasp of. Like, I don't fully understand what's going on. It's a little bit of uncertainty. It's a little bit of just feeling like it's like the unknown going on. Now, I will say, typically when this happens, it lets me know a couple of things. It lets me know that the best is about to come. It lets me know that that I'm growing, that I'm learning, and that I'm being challenged, which is amazing. I always pray that God will. This is really random, but when it comes to my life and the way that I pray, I don't pray for the table. I pray for the wood to create the table. So I'm always praying that God will equip me with what I need to challenge me, so that when the blessing comes, that I'm ready and then some, right? So I say that all to say, this new series will be focused on growing pains and really understanding what they mean and honing in on them and learning to appreciate them for what they are. Years ago, my line sister shared this quote with me. Successful people have to be comfortable in being in uncomfortable situations. And that saying has stayed with me like for years and every day, because I feel like it's true. For one, in order for you to be successful, in order for you to continue to climb whatever ladder that you deem as success, you have to be uncomfortable, with the unknown at times, because, all the greats, whoever you deem as, your whoever you admire, whoever is your role model, whatever, I bet my last dollar that they had to go or experience a time in their life where they didn't know what was going on. But I'm sure that it made them that much stronger and that much more prepared to receive whatever blessing that was on the other door of unknown, right? So so I want to really touch on growing pains and really learning to fall in love with the unknown and fall in love with taking a chance on yourself and fall in love with and preparing yourself from the inside out. I do want to thank you guys for tuning in to this first episode back. I promise I will be way more consistent, being that I have so much more time on my hands now. I'm really excited to be back with the powder room, and really just to create these healthy conversations. One thing with the powder room that I love so much is that it's really my passion. And it wasn't until, just to kind of long story long, before I started grad school, before I moved away, I was really praying for God to, show up in my life and really make some shifts in my life. And literally, it's like I felt like I was talking to a wall because nothing happened. But what I realized is that it wasn't until I took a chance on myself, it wasn't until I enrolled into grad school, it wasn't until I made my first Powder Room episode that I actually got the blessings I was praying for. So I said to say, just to end it off with, take a chance for yourself. A lot of times, we pray for certain things that happen in our life, and that is always my alpha and omega, in regards to, I start with God, I end with him. But another thing is that you have to be willing to put a little bit of work in your own hands and show that you are worthy of whatever blessing you're looking to put out. And it's like a relationship, it's got to be 50-50 if anything. If you want something, you also have to go and figure out, how can I make this happen for myself? What are some things I can do to ensure that I am, on the right path to securing whatever I want to secure, right? So so I'm just really excited to be back. I'm really excited to be talking with you ladies, and I hope that you are following us on social media. It's right here, The Powder Room. Also, make sure that you subscribe. I would like if you would share my channel with your other friends, girlfriends, nieces, aunties, moms, grandmothers, whoever you think may benefit from a powerful conversation about, uplifting women, not just by inspiring us, but also equipping us with the tools needed to become the best version of ourselves. So thank you so much for tuning in today. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next week.